Now on deck, Mr. Kent Martz, or Ken Martz, Kent Martz. That's it. It's a Kent Martz. Here we go. Now you're on. I said now you're on.
Hi, everybody. Kent Martz here from Explore Scientific. Paul was going to do an intro, didn't do an intro.
I did an intro.
It's simply,
I just wouldn't switch on the switcher.
Normally, Paul goes like this. 3,
I
2.
told you I was on.
And I go, hi, everybody. Kent Martz here from Explore Scientific. Welcome to our Facebook Live broadcast today. Today is Monday. You didn't see me last Monday or anytime last week because I was off on vacation catching trout in the rain, which is better than not catching trout at all. Or, anyway, had a great time on vacation. Glad to be back.
Astro for Dummies says
Say again?
Kent is back.
Kent is back. Yes, he's
Back. No, he says back.
back.
No, he corrected it to back now.
Okay, so anyway, today's episode is Monday is How Do You Know? And Daniel Barth will be on after a while doing his episode of How Do You Know? But we're doing this broadcast as a warm-up for our Amazon Live broadcast. We're going to kick off here at 2 o'clock. Today's episode is going to be about how do you know about the moon? All sorts of things to know about the moon. The first thing to know is it's up in the sky, right? And it goes
up in
around
the
the Earth.
sky. Really?
It's up in the sky.
You're going to go there?
Well, where else would it be?
All right.
I guess it reflects off the water, so you could try and observe the moon off the water. Very pretty, actually, to see the water on a still lake with the moon reflecting off of it. So,
Moon.
moon's in the news a whole lot lately because of the Artemis 1 project, Artemis project from NASA. NASA in June hopefully is going to launch the Artemis 1 mission, which will launch the Orion spacecraft into orbit around the moon. It will be an unmanned mission to test out systems, and just like the Apollo system, they had very precise, very measured things they were going to do, and it took a while before they got manned missions, and then they went around the moon a little bit and around the moon more, and actually decoupled and did an almost landing and redocked with the command module. That same process is going to happen with the Artemis project. That's going to ultimately end up with a habitation module on the moon and what's known as Gateway, which is going to be an orbiting, basically a halfway house for astronauts. So it's much easier to launch
wait a minute.
from a gateway.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
A halfway house for
Yes.
astronauts?
Well, okay, that came out wrong. A house halfway to the moon, basically.
There you go.
It's not a halfway house. It sounds like they're a bunch of people who are just got out of prison and going to halfway house. So no, they're not. So the Gateway will be a orbiting platform, much easier and less fuel expense to launch from a zero gravity to 1/6 gravity of the moon back to zero gravity instead of having to come all the way back to Earth. So it serves as a base station or a base camp, if you will. Going to be very cool to watch that process unfold. Let's talk a little bit.
In the Artemis now, too, it's you can go to the website.
Oh yeah, if you just go to NASA and search for Artemis, there's all sorts of cool information and videos. You can learn as much or as little as you want to know about Artemis. Do you have a video you can roll there, Paul? I mean, we were talking about some videos. What do you got?
I was going to say I made this for my girlfriend. They let you go on there and make yourself let you make a boarding pass.
Oh yeah. You make boarding passes.
Yeah, and so I made hers. There's hers.
And you can also, I think there's ways to register and get your name left on the moon or something.
Yeah, I think that's what that is.
Yeah.
They leave a little plaque or piece
The
of
first
paper or
astronaut's going
something
to
like
stop and write everybody's name in the sand.
that. Yes, with his finger.
Yes. Maybe not. That
They're
might
getting
not be what's
juiced
happening.
up on moon dust.
Have you got that up? Is it showing you there, Paul? I don't see
What?
it showing. The pass you made.
Yeah, I put it up there.
I didn't see it. Okay. All right. So There you go. I didn't see it. It was cool, I'm sure. So anyway, you know, a telescope like a 114 millimeter Newtonian telescope like the one here is a great way to observe the moon. This model is on an equatorial mount. It doesn't have to be. You can use on our Twilight Nano, the left, right, up, down standard tripod. However, if you're going to be looking at the moon for an extended period of time, it's always better to have an equatorial mount that's polar aligned. And we'll be showing you on Amazon Live a video we did a couple of weeks ago showing how to polar align and get a good rough alignment even if you can't see the North Star. There's ways to get a good rough or sometimes very precise polar alignment if you get really lucky and good at what you're doing. So we're going to show that video here on Amazon
also
Live.
a graphic about how big the moon is compared to the Kepler solar system planets. The Kepler planets, do you know what that is?
Well, the Kepler planets.
Yeah. Kepler, they've discovered what they think is another solar system.
Well, yeah, I mean they use, you know, there's like 5,000
right.
You know, planets, exoplanets now. I think I saw that like
I have
last week.
once done more research than Kent.
All you have to do is read a little bit. I haven't read everything,
right?
Paul.
I don't need to know everything.
So
I just need to know more
that graphic
than you.
up yet?
Which one?
The Kepler, the planets you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
So what are we looking at there from left to right?
The size of the Earth and the size of the Moon and Mercury and Mars.
What's I can't see it from here. So what's the big one on the right?
The big one on the right is Kepler 37d.
Okay, and
it's in comparison with the Earth, and then
the Earth
Mars.
Is the Earth second from right?
The second from here, yeah, right there. Can you see it at all?
I can see it on the big monitor, but I can't. But what are they from left to right?
Kepler from left is
From
the
left.
Moon. The Moon
Okay.
is the smallest, and then Kepler 37b is roughly the same size as the Moon. Mercury, Mars, Kepler 37c, Earth, and then Kepler 37d.
And we'll not be going to those anytime soon.
No, 270 million light years away.
So what's cool
Like
is
that?
when you look at those through a telescope, you're looking at the light you're seeing left 237 million years ago. So you're looking at when you see a star or a planet or another, whatever, you're looking at light that's that old. You're
me
seeing
grab
the
this.
planet or the star as it looked that many light years ago. So, you know, we see stars from the closest stars to us. We're looking at what they looked like 4 years ago. I believe Betelgeuse is 8 light years away. So, back a year ago, last summer, people were getting excited because Betelgeuse started to fade, and which was a precursor potentially for it to go supernova and turn into a blast and a bright star we would see in the daytime, but it didn't. It just returned to its standard brightness. What you got, Paul?
So here we go. The briefing materials, NASA retires the Kepler Space Telescope. I guess this is the one we're replacing with the new one.
The Kepler Space Telescope, it's been a while since I've read up on it. The James Webb Space Telescope replaces the Hubble, not the
Hubble.
Kepler.
I wonder which one Kepler is.
I can't remember what the name of the Kepler replacement is.
And it's the one that found these planets.
Yeah.
So an artist, all these are artist concepts of what.
Well, yeah,
it's not an
because
actual image.
we actually have imaged some exoplanets now. There's no me involved in we in that statement. It's like, boy, we did really well in basketball over the weekend. Really? Do you play basketball? No. Then we didn't do anything. The team you root for did, but we call our teams we, and so we, the astronomers, have actually, I believe, gotten some images, very pixels, but of exoplanets.
But in the Amazon Live, we're going to go over how to capture the moon.
And the moon is a very easy object to shoot, but you have to understand it's really, really bright
And it's trucking across the sky.
Because it's moving and the Earth is moving, it's moving eastward every day by about 15 degrees. So the Earth is turning east, it's moving east. So it's it takes a little bit of practice, but easy to do in a couple of different ways.
But if you guys want to hear a little bit more about it and different things like that, go to our Amazon Live.
And give them the link there, Paul.
Yeah, we should.
Put that link up there.
Should a link?
Did you have a link?
Link.
Link?
Let's see. Amazon. I gotta find it again.
We're also going to talk about cool moon map the Explore Scientific sells. Shows some highlights. Shows where the the Russian and American and one China moon landing happened. We're also going to talk about Explore Scientific's Suncatcher safe solar film, and ways to look at the sun as well. So we're not just going to focus on the moon. We're going to focus on the sun too. And I'm also going to be giving a demonstration of how do you know the moon is really round and not flat? There's a very simple way that involves a quarter. Yes, with a quarter, I can prove to you that the moon is round. So jump on over to Amazon Live. Here.
I thought it was just a projection on the ceiling.
On the ceiling. Yeah. On the dome.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep, for sure. So.
All right.
Enough frivolity. See you in a couple of minutes over on Amazon Live. Join us there for Explore Scientific here on Facebook. I'm Kent Martz. Have a great Monday. We'll see you the rest of the week. Thanks for watching.